about the Caricom full free movement. You might have, or you will have access to primary, public, secondary education. You can also take your children around along. You might have access to emergency health care and primary health care services provided by the government within these countries. Just for now, Belize, Barbados, St. Vincent. The other countries are dragging, maybe asking a lot of questions that may be necessary, but we'll talk to the team on Monday. I'm just giving you again advance notice. Caricom full free movement. We're going to take a quick break and we'll come back to tell you what's on the agenda this afternoon.
Big news, Dominica Druid Center is now even closer to you with the opening of Druid Center Express, conveniently located on Cork Street, right next to Fresh Market. Get all your home improvement essentials fast with everything from tools and paints to home decor and more. Plus, enjoy the same great service you know and trust. Now, just a quick stop in the city. Visit us today at Do It Center Express, your partner in home improvement, now closer than ever.
This afternoon, we're going to do this. We're going to do this.
Be careful how you treat other people.
I have the monarch in the house along with another Calypsonian this afternoon.
Some people believe that they're greater than you and I wonder why. And they get seen on as though they will never die. Only you and I wonder why. Nothing here will last forever. This will serve as a reminder. All who playing holy and mighty, we tell them their fame and their money. When the master calls, no ducking at all, prepare for your funeral. The ground that we walking on, one day will be a roof. The ground that we walking on, one day will be a roof. There will be no exemption.
No exemption.
No exemption. No trust to tell you when the master calls. When the master calls, when you got to go, you got to go. No doctor can say no. I steady ground that we walking on. One day will be a rule.
If you've got to go, you've got to go, right? When your time is up. Now, on that note, you know, in recent times, recent weeks, we've been reading and hearing a lot of controversy as it relates to the Dominica Calypso Association. A number of Calypsonians have called and are concerned about the future of Calypso, given what took place a few weekends ago at an AGM. We heard Hicks, and I'm sure we'll hear Hicks in a short while, but I want to introduce one of the Calypsonians who have some concerns, not only about what happened a couple of weekends ago, about the future of Calypso. I want to say at this note, good afternoon to you, Joy.
Good afternoon, Matt. How are you? Good afternoon, Dominica.
How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
How has been the rain thus far?
It's quite interesting,
Quite interesting.
but exciting. You get to learn a lot when you wear the crown. I think it's something that all Calypsonians should strive to because it's a different experience when you're monarch. And I wish that more of us get the opportunity.
The experience. Can you talk to us a little about? I like you to expound on that a bit.
I think when you wear the crown of being the monarch, or when you wear that crown, you embody something more than just a Calypsonian, a person. You stand for tradition. You stand for upholding an art form that is dying right now, but an art form that got us to where we are when it comes to freedom of expression and speech and art, and how we communicate, how we fight certain things,
you can't be
how we deal
way.
with.
You have to be very particular how you behave in public.
You can behave a certain way, but you will be looked at and judged.
Oh, the queen will be like that. Okay, I get you.
But yeah, but it's a very interesting experience, and you see how you shape people around you. And let me break it down to a very simple thing. Right now, every character in my home, which are my kids that play video games, they all have pink hair.
Really? Why?
It's simple. They look at this like mommy is a woman king, and then right now mommy is the, how do you say that? It's you have a standard to uphold. You have it's a face right now,
right.
And to put a visual image of what that role looks like to them, the highest person they can see is the pink hair, to them, and that's how they interpret it. They're young,
Is pink your favorite color?
No, it's not actually.
It's not?
It's not.
So why did you decide to wear pink hair?
I actually have a friend who said, why did I wore red last year.
Okay.
And the year before I did brown.
So you changed. Oh, okay.
And then last year, my very close friend, best person in the world, said to me, you should try pink. And I'm like, okay, let's do pink. And I'm growing into my pink. I love it.
You love it.
But aside from this, it just shows that the way you influence people around you, sometimes, and when I stepped into this role, if you know the person that I am not allowed. I don't have a big personality. I don't have all this exciting vocal stamina that some people do.
Okay.
But I rather sit and observe and listen. But when you step into a role like this, you realize that it demands a voice. And it actually pushed me outside of my comfort zone and challenged me to speak in spaces that maybe I would not usually speak, and demanded that I had a voice in things maybe I would not otherwise.
And you're having some success?
Choose to talk about. Yes, because
some challenges maybe?
A lot of challenges, but it's a good space to be. And that's why I said very interesting. Sometimes we think that in these challenging moments, we need that strong, big personality. But in today's world, when everything is so loud, sometimes it's a subtle voice that makes a difference. So maybe it's a good space and a good time for me to be monarch, that maybe we can change the approach. And then Calypsonians don't have to be loud and wild all the time. It calls for that from some people, but sometimes a monarch can be a little silent but strong.
And I underline one word in all the compositions we've had. You're here to make a difference.
To make a difference. That's what it is.
No. Let's talk Calypso. There's been some troubling times, turbulent waters in Calypso, and you seem to be concerned. I've seen some postings and, heard some voices. What's your concern? What's your concerns, Calypso?
I'll tell you, my first concern is that we are focused on the wrong things. We are having a very internal and ugly war right now internally, and I wish it wasn't out in the public that they could see. But like it or not, our patrons are a big part of what makes us successful. So it's not the best space to have this war, but maybe they might help us solve things we cannot solve ourselves, because it's good to open it up to people who might have answers where we don't. Um, but otherwise, it's a time where we should focus on building the art form. And I think in all this back and forth and hearing everybody's opinions and stuff, I mean, we have Calypsonians who have been there for so many years and they have all this history with the association. Whereas persons like me, Calypsonians like me, who just came into the arena,
Okay.
I mean, I've been in the art form all my life listening, but it's a different experience
When you're in,
when you're in.
right?
You realize that a lot of times everybody comes at the table with that history of experience, things they have experienced, and sometimes it's hard to separate a personal experience from doing things above board, if you get where I'm coming from. So I did to say right now we should be focusing on building our art form, because if we realize over the past couple of years, Calypso, the patronage had just it's been down. We don't have persons coming to the show as they used to. Our tents are not doing well at all. There's a decline in supporting Calypso. There's a decline in Calypso culture, and I think over the years we have put a focus so much on the competition that we have forgotten to promote the art form as a cultural art form. And because of that, we find now we are having this fight internally, and I just think that the focus is just on the wrong things. But at the end of the day, it has to happen.
Now let's go straight. I want to hit the nail running there this afternoon. We had some controversy as it relates to this selection or election of the top executive members at the AGM. What do you think went wrong there?
We have a few things. Number one, Calypso business is for Calypsonians, but I think over the years we have done business so bad that Calypsonians don't show up to their AGMs.
Okay.
And what we are seeing now is a disconnect between our executive and our members, which is ridiculous because it's one body. We are all part of the association. And like me, the executive stands, they are called to a higher standard when they sit in that position. And at the end of the day, like it or not, you represent the body of Calypsonians. So if there's one Calypsonian who is not in favor with something in the association, they should be heard, whether we like it or not. And that is the reality of what we're dealing with right now. And our AGM went on, and I would rather not rehash what happened at the AGM, but it was a very
troubling.
I'm trying to find the right word, because I cannot say
disturbing.
It wasn't even disturbing. I think when I got home, I was mentally exhausted because I could not understand, for us adults, how we acted at an AGM. Like, we could have done better. We could have acted a bit better. There are ways to disagree and to discuss things, and we did not do a good job in doing that.
That's a simple way of putting it. We did not do a good job at doing this. Now, I was told, and it was reported to me by some Calypsonians and some persons on the outside, that they think there's a way forward. So I don't want to, as you said, I don't want to delve deeply in what happened at the Calypso. So what is the way forward to get this thing better?
And I'll tell you, and I like that you said that, because I am very solution focused too. I think right now we know that Calypso, the whole art form, is experiencing something very difficult. We're going through a very difficult time right now, and going forward, I think the issues with our members were that, number one, we couldn't form a quorum because we have so many Calypsonians, but so little of us showed up. And which is what members demanded, that we just have an emergency meeting so we could get it done properly, you know?
All right.
And number two, we have a constitution that is outdated. We should take the time to revise it and update. And number three, we just act civil. At the end of the day, we put Calypso first. And I think everybody at this point...
So we don't want to fight.
We don't fight. You know, at the end of the day, and I think that's the reason why... I think that's the reason why when you step into the art form, everybody have this pseudonym they go by, right? When you step on this stage, you become this character. And I think this is what it calls for now. We have to understand that when we are doing Calypso business, we are not the person, but the character we chose to be when we step on that stage. And if you are a Calypsonian, and your business and your intention is to grow the art form, then you should put aside personal feelings and at the end of the day focus on what is best for Calypso. And I think this is what we go into this meeting with. We go into this meeting in an open mindset for us to learn and grow. And you know what? Even though I may not agree with somebody else, but at the end of the day, their opinion is just as important. And sometimes for us to learn new things, we need to be open to get rid of how we've known things growing up. I mean, we have the preconceived concept and notion that this is how it's supposed to be done. In 2025, there is no way something is supposed to be done. I mean, the economy is evolving so fast. The climate is just, everything is just moving so quick. We're at a time where we cannot do things as they used to be done. Like, you think outside of the box. Like, you'd come up and say, wow, that's a foolish idea. The foolish idea is the idea that just might work in 2025.
In Calypso, we challenge the politicians to do just that. So why aren't we doing the same?
Well, I think that's what it is. We have so many big personalities in Calypso. We are so good at challenging things that at the end of the day, we challenge ourselves and it becomes a problem. Let me tell you one thing I enjoyed in this whole thing. It's looking at the passion that Calypsonians had for the art form. They would not make such a big ruckus about things if they were not excited and love, and they didn't love the art form that much. They were passionate about it. It's very personal to them. They feel for it. They're creatives, and at the end of the day, they're fighting for something that is bigger than all of us. And I love that. But that is a good opportunity now that all Calypsonians show up to do what has to be done for the art form. And at the end of, just put aside our personal issues and just know in 2026, this is the difference we're going to make. And we just all do it together. And at the end of the day, even though our listeners and our Dominican public, our patrons are not at the meeting, but they are the ones paying tickets to come to the shows. So instead of igniting chaos, find a way where you can offer some feedback that can get our Calypsonians united, that we can get them to a place where we all can benefit from going forward from development of Calypso. And I think we can do it. I know we are more than capable. We have very intelligent people in our association. We have more than capable creative individuals there, and we can get it done. We just have to work together. And this is just a call for unity right now.
Before I introduce Mr. Hicksy, I think I heard a female Calypsonian on the line. I think she's been listening. Mystery, good afternoon to you again. We spoke to you some time ago, and I think you are for unity in Calypsos. Aren't you not? Are you there?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, I'm there.
I'm saying that of course, we just heard from the monarch, and I'm sure you agree with a lot of what she said.
Oh, yes. Very well articulated by our monarch. And basically, I wanted to say her song is so appropriate for what is going on, in the Calypso, in the BCA.
So again, I just want to. No, I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm just saying, what is the way forward? Because we want to talk about unity going forward and building Calypso instead of this.
Am I on the air, Mike?
You're live on the air. That's why, yes, you are. Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Okay, all right. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Go ahead.
We're talking about building Calypso and going forward. What are some of the solutions going on forward?
Well, I am going to stick with what happened at the BCA AGM.
Yes.
And I'm going to reiterate, if I hadn't said it, if I said it, I'm going to reiterate what I said. Number one, the Constitution, as outdated as it is not being followed anyway, right? We realize there's a need for an update, but the update has not occurred. So the what we have is what we have, and so we have to stick with it. The second thing is that the AGM took place without a quorum, and there was already a resolution signed by the current executive that would allow themselves to stay another term, while the Constitution itself is saying that they could only have 2 terms. And one of the things that gets to me is that the message that comes across is there were no members that they felt were qualified enough to take over or to be nominated. There was no nomination, period. And so I feel offended myself because according to the Constitution, that every member has that right to seek election. The member has a right to vote. A member has a right to voice their opinion. And so I think the way forward is first having a proper election. We need to have a proper election with a quorum and give the members that actually empower the members to do what they need to do.
But hold on, but I'm hearing just for the argument's sake, I'm hearing that they say, okay, we did a good job, so give us a chance to serve another term.
Well, you know what? Doing a good job or not is irrelevant. You are going against the Constitution. You have to allow the Constitution to work. Why does the Constitution have to work in your favor when it suits you and not work, at other times? So I think that we have to go by the Constitution, and the members have spoken. They were irate in the meeting, and some of them called for this general special meeting. And so I think this is one of the first steps going forward, that we get to that meeting, right, as many members as possible, and voice our opinions for change. If they have to stay, let it be by the members allowing them to stay by an overwhelming vote, or at least the vote that is prescribed by the Constitution.
Okay, I want to say thank you, Ms. Tree, because a lot of other people will call in, but I just want to go back to Joy because she has another appointment and she says, grace me for the presence here. But the way forward, you said, Joy, and we'll come to you, Mr. Hicks, in a minute there because we need some technicalities in terms of logistics, what is going to happen. So you are one for that meeting coming up in the next few weeks?
Yes, I am in support of the meeting because at the end of the day, I would love to see majority of our Calypsonians show up. I really want to.
Are you convinced that they will show up this time because of all of what is going on?
I think they will, and I've met a few personally, and reminded them that they should show up. They will show up. Yes, I think right now more than ever we need to take care of Calypso business, and Calypso business involve Calypsonians, so we should all show up.
Mystery, thank you very much, huh?
Yes.
Thank you. Joy, I know you said you had another appointment. I'll give you some chance to go, to move on. I know you're a very busy lady, yeah? Busy lady. Getting ready for the season.
Yeah, I know, and all this needs to be. We need to fix this because Calypso season is basically around the corner.
Will you be on the stage for the World Creole Music Festival?
I will actually be performing with Midnight Groovers and.
But as an act yourself?
No.
But don't you think you should be there?
That's a very interesting question. You see, when I speak about Calypso culture, this is what I speak of. That at the end of the day, we have to create a product and make Calypso culture so bright and vibrant that it is. We don't have to demand. We basically.
I'm not asking you to pound yourself in your chest, but I'm saying, but
no.
You deserve a place there.
I would love to have a place on the world stage. I would love to perform at the World Creole Music Festival.
Why are you not there?
Because I was not chosen as an artist to perform at the World Creole Music Festival. And maybe we should be asking, the question we should be asking is, what do we need to do to get to the World Creole Music Festival?
As a DCA.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. We'll see you sometime. Bye-bye.
Yes, bye-bye.
All right, thank you, Dominica. 449-309-596. Imagine our monarch is not on that stage, huh? What is wrong? What is wrong? But again, thank you. Thank you. All right, so let's move on there with Hixie. We need some logistics. Of course, we're moving on. We're moving on to the next. Hixie, the meeting has been planned. I know you're going back to the Constitution. You guy, you know something about law, so you understand what's going on. What's the date scheduled for that big meeting coming up?
The meeting will be on the 27th of this month, the
September?
next Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, next Saturday.
Okay.
It had to be 2 weeks. It had to be 2 weeks according to the Constitution, and so the president or whatever is the interim president, because since the 2nd of June he's not the president. So Observer, who is the interim president, agreed to this meeting.
Everybody is now interim. So we have dismissed everything that happened on the AGM.
It never had an AGM. You cannot have an AGM without a quorum. That is the Constitution, and I can quote it for you. I'll come to it.
Yes.
But also so we have agreed to that. At the meeting, there are only two things. With special meetings, there are general meetings. There are only the things that you ask for the special general meeting for will be discussed, and the two things that should come up in the meeting, not all the bagang we hear about.
So this resolution that was passed is just pure illegal.
Oh, it has always been illegal. Everything, Matt. If you have a union here and Q, and you do not have a quorum, you cannot pass any laws. I mean, it's illegal. You have to have a quorum. It says in the quorum should be 40, half the general body, and we have about 150 to 200 Calypsonians. Or if in case, because some associations do have a lot of people in it, in case it is below 40, it would be it will be half of that. You understand?
Right.
But it's not below 40. So we don't even go in there, if you understand what I'm saying. But one of the other things that should come up in the meeting is the fact that Joy touched on it a bit, that if I watch, if you'll see that part,
yes.
All I want you to do is read the title of that for me.
The Constitution of the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Okay. The Constitution for the Commonwealth of Dominica says a person shall not be qualified to be elected as president, if he has already held the office of president for 2 terms. And in this, would anybody in Dominica contravene that constitution, or ask a president, we're talking about the president, to serve more than 2 terms if the constitution has not been properly changed? They wouldn't. They wouldn't dare. But we are having that in our constitution, the constitution of the Dominica Calypso Association.
Yes.
Okay. It says,
how long ago that constitution was written?
In 1970, between 1977 and 1978. I was quite instrumental in writing this constitution.
Okay.
But we got help from people like David Bruni and so on to put it together. We do have some typos, errors, and little things, but it doesn't matter. No member shall serve more than 2 consecutive terms.
Let me see.
No members, it's underlined in the first paragraph there.
Yes, no member shall serve more than 2
consecutive terms.
Yes.
And this particular regime has served more than 2 consecutive terms already. And then you come into the executive without a quorum, with about 17 people in a meeting, and asking them to pass a resolution for you to continue. And I find it very funny. One of the things that galling me about that whole thing is the fact that
9 people on the executive. It have too much on the executive anyway, and I'll go there in a while quickly. 9 people want 150 Calypsonians to sit back, and the whole of Dominica to sit back for one season so they can stay there and promise to fix it next season. Instead of they taking a break and can come back and be re-elected next season. Does that make sense? Is your love for Calypso so not strong that you can punish all Calypsonians who want a change than you doing the manly thing, the honorable thing, and saying my time is up. If I did a good job, they will re-elect me next time my opportunity come for election next time. And they not doing that. They demanding and fighting and destroying Calypso so they could remain there. And people have all kind of reasons why they want to remain there. I don't want to go into that. This is not what this show is about. But the fact remains, these are the two things. We should make sure that these guys are not back on the to be nominated. They're not eligible to be nominated anyway, according to this constitution I have there. The Bible of Dominica Calypso Association, and also we should have elections. We must have elections. That is the only two things for the meeting on the 27th.
On the 27th. And you're confident that a lot more members will show up?
I expect members, Calypsonians really do pay attention to their meetings and the workings of their executive and the Dominica Calypso Association. But when it comes to things like that, they do turn up and give a voice, even if it doesn't really matter which side they're on, but they do turn up. And in the end, I expect them to turn up.
As I've said before, and people might maybe attack me, and they usually do. I don't really care. I'm like a dash leaf. I keep saying, and people say, well, Hicksy should not be the one spreading the message. I'm saying Hicksy you might have your own issues with Hicksy, but it's not about attacking the messenger. It's about the message that he's trying to put. Just respect the Constitution. I respect that. Respect the Constitution. We're asking the Prime Minister and everybody else, all the politicians to respect the Constitution. No, we don't want Calypsonians to respect the Constitution. I've been trying to reach out to the senior Calypsonians themselves, but they seem to be very quiet, like mumus these days. I don't know why they're not talking, but I think that meeting coming up on the 27th of January.
The 27th of
September is very significant for Calypso.
Yes, it is. And if you love Calypso, and for instance, I know a few members on the executive have been saying for time immemorial, if you do not want me, I will resign. And now the people saying they don't want you. Anyway, we don't want you. You are not eligible to go up for re-election at this moment. Why you don't just accept it? If you were bawling that you would resign so much and so fast, why you don't accept it now? It's a simple matter. If you love Calypso, you will stand back. Actually, I resigned from the executive last AGM because I felt the same thing they're talking about. I felt I wasn't the right person to be there at the moment. So I resigned. But these things happen. And as a creator of Dominica Calypso Association, I couldn't just let it bad. They talk to me. They say, Hicksy, come and help us. You know about and you heard about the Constitution, that the Constitution is not up to date. True, it's not up to date. I was given a job to review the Constitution, and I did it. I actually did it. But when I told them of the things in the Constitution, especially that no member of the Constitution should benefit, no executive member should benefit anything from the Constitution, like people getting stipends, loads and loads of thousands of dollars of stipends. Nobody can sue me. Not one of them can sue me because it's the truth. When the Constitution says nobody should be getting anything from the thing. The ordinary members don't get that, but the executive get that. I have got it. So tell them, come and sue me. You understand? I have got it. So I'm not talking about things I picking out of the air. I'm talking about things that actually happen. You understand? So why don't they just resign or just step back and let the Calypso Association go on? It's almost like they're saying we are the gods. Without us, nothing in Calypso can happen. With them, Calypso was on Creole Festival and it fell away. There is no Calypso on Creole Festival, and you heard not even Joy, the great Joy. Joy was so articulate. This is, listen here. We have had, I love, you know how much I love Hunter, and I'm the biggest fan. But you see Joy, you see Monarch, you see royalty, you heard royalty talk. Why she can't be on Creole Festival? Why the Dominica Calypso Association couldn't have made representation? Because they know they have a riff about Creole Festival. I think the Constitution, and I talk about the stipend, and they didn't want that. They could never bring the revised Constitution to the general body. They actually tell the general body in our chat that I didn't do the job, and I did it. I'll send you a copy. Let's take
a few voice notes because we don't have too much time on this. Yeah. Hello, let's move on. Yes.
Matt, I think you should ask Hixie to speak on that. I spoke to a few people in the association.
Right.
And what they are saying, there are instances where special provisions were made for members of the executive to stay on because they're doing a great job. And one such person in the association is Naren Murphy. I know he have done great for the association, and he should continue. Ask Hexie why he's not in favor and who he's recommended to take over Naren Murphy's position as the treasurer of the.
But the question is it can be an easy one to answer, Jerry. I know where you come from, because it is the members, not anybody that Hexie would recommend. It is the members that would make that decision.
And he's unconstitutional to do that. And that have never, ever happened, what he's talking about. Whoever put him up to ask that question, they don't know what they're talking about. That never, ever happened in Calypso.
It cannot be Hexie. It has to be the members who make that decision.
Yeah.
I mean, Naren, and I would recommend.
I would recommend.
I would recommend Naren to take that position again. And maybe some members of the executive.
But he have to rest this time, and we can have him next year. He could be an advisor. He could be an advisor to the next treasurer. Naren is a wonderful person. As a treasurer, we know he's a good treasurer. It doesn't mean he qualifies to go up for nomination. You're trying to tell me that there are nobody in 150 Calypsonians that can be a treasurer?
Is he asking the question because he knows that you're thinking of somebody else?
No. He don't know. He's just trying to boost up Naren and try to make Calypsonians think the way he's thinking. It's nothing about that. It's the Constitution. He's not eligible to go up for elections, to stay there. He has served more than 2 consecutive terms. He need to ease up.
If there's a special provision that would
it does not have any special provision like that in the Constitution.
Okay.
They're just inventing that for smoke screen. It doesn't have that.
Let's take another voice note. Are you there, caller? Are you there? Yes. Let's see.
Matt Taylor has won silver in Tokyo.
Yes, we hit that and we'll announce that sometime later. But we're having the conversation. Yes, it's very good for Thea. But let's end this conversation. I want to move on. Okay, 449-3095-9697. Let's see. I'm getting a call that I think this is my. Yes, I call him the troublemaker. Let's see if we can get him on the telephone. Hold on there, my brother. Hold on there. Yes, everybody's trying to call in at this time. Let's see if we can get
I have
this.
2 people in mind.
You have 2 people in mind? I call
Yeah.
him the troublemaker.
Yeah, I
Let's
have
see.
2 people in mind.
Let's see if he gets on. Ah, boy. Yes. You know, you put down your phone. I'll call you back. Okay, my brother. Yes, because
PK or MG?
all right. Let's see what happens. We have just a few minutes here. Yes, sir. And make sure it's 2 minutes. Okay. Let's see. Oh boy, coming in there, my friend. Please allow me to call you. Are you there, caller?
Yes, I'm
Okay. Yes, they call you the troublemaker. What's your viewpoint at this time? Yes.
Well, I mean, my friend Jerry called and he said he spoke to a few members of the association. No, he spoke to his loans officer in the bank to get that information.
Okay. Well,
And that
I
information-
cannot say that because I don't have that information. I don't know that.
Well, I know who he spoke to. He spoke to the same person he called to speak on behalf of. There is no provision in the Constitution that makes any special provision for this. This is not something that has been invented. It was also invented at the meeting which I was present at, and it was just rushed towards the end. There was no quorum. It's just a thing they invent. It is not in the Constitution. Matt, just quickly, let me pick up the monarch, for showing up today and speaking out. Let me pick up Hixie once again. The goal of this is to improve Calypso and to improve the ad form. We want to get Calypso back to the days when every year people would look forward to what Hunter and Scrunter coming out with, and the big crowds of people that would come and listen to Calypso and come into the shows with their king that they want to win or their queen that they want to win. People have lost interest in Calypso because Calypso has not been managed properly. And you can manage money, you can have a supermarket, and you have the best cashier in the world. She fast, she can conk very good. But if the items on the store is outdated, it expire, that not bringing milk turning, it not replacing the soft drink there for 2 years, not replacing the meat spoil, you still selling the spoiled meat, the supermarket will cool it, even if you have the best cashier. So let's not be too ridiculous. We need a new executive, clearly, who are not eligible to be re-elected if they follow the Constitution. Okay, they say they want writers, they want people to come forward. People have come forward.
But what I'm hearing that they have done a good job. So give them another chance.
Well. Okay, you do a good job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that do a good job must just stay forever in a position.
No.
Even if the constitution that governs that organization says you cannot serve for more than 2 terms, Obama did a good job as president in America, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the Constitution of America says you can only serve 2 terms. Okay? These constitutions are framed in that way so you do not create dictators. You have to be very careful that you don't turn good leaders or good performers to dictators. Because when people stay in positions for too long, they start to think it's their thing, it's their own, they own it. And anybody that challenge them now, they start to attack you and get personal and talk about all sorts of things that's irrelevant to the matter at hand. This is why the Constitution is framed that way, for you not to create dictators. Okay?
So you're looking forward to that big meeting there in the next 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the meeting. I heard they are planning and orchestrating to prevent me from being present. I'm not sure how they're going to achieve that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very bad idea.
That
Very
won't
terrible
work.
idea.
That won't work.
But
That can never work.
They could try. They could still try.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to say thank you for, of course, joining the conversation again. Thank you for, giving your 2 pence this afternoon there. Again, 449-3095. If you need to make a contribution, feel free to do so. Somebody also says to you, Hixie, Mr. Hixie, got thousands too. In the previous regime, he remained more than 2 terms, 2 consecutive terms, and Hixie knows that. Well, is that a fact, sir?
Oh, it is a fact. I've never not said that.
Yes.
It is a fact.
Mm-hmm.
I said that. I said I got stipend.
Right.
Even if I was against stipend. And there's one thing. They try giving me more than 3,500 stipend. And I refuse to take that. I keep telling them I'm not worth more than 3,000.
All right. Let's take another phone call. Are you there, Carl? Yes?
Yes, Mark, good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to HC in
Good
the
afternoon to
studio,
yes.
and good afternoon to your listeners
Good
at home and
afternoon.
abroad.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I think it's a good discussion. Calypso is a public business, and therefore there should not be any hidden agenda in Calypso. It should be open for discussion. But I've always said, Matt, you cannot be in something and be a spectator in it. You have to be a full participant in it. If there's issues affecting you as a member, you cannot protest by not showing up to meetings. When you don't show up to meetings, what happens is either those who are there take charge or the thing collapse. So for it to stay relevant and for it to be purposeful, you have to be at all time paying attention and playing your part. Some people, they are in things and they come out for the good time, and the bad time they're not there, and so forth. So if you are there every time a meeting is called, an AGM is called, and you're there, you mobilize yourself and others to be there, then of course the executive, the leaders, will then recognize that the people are serious about their business, and therefore constitution will kick in. Because even the constitution says you can't run for 2 terms, and when an AGM call, nobody is there, then what do? You postpone until the thing disappear. So I think we have to be reasonable as people and understand that you can't be in a thing and show up to sing and then show up to do the work. And I believe to the Calypsonians themselves must also expose or invite non-Calypsonians to participate in the management and assist in the implementation of Calypso stuff, because at the busy time, Calypsonians are very busy with writing, with going to the writers, with composing, with putting things together. So they too have very little time to spare. So therefore you have persons you can rely on who can come and assist in those periods. So I think we just have to do things in this country properly. And if we can do that and we can participate, we can get involved in something that we are part of, and don't show up when we want and how we want. Show up when it is necessary to show up and do the things you have to show up. And you can be positive in what you're asking for and what you're doing. Just like I say, for example, in a democracy, you can't leave it to a few people. They'll take it over. You have to be yourself involved and educate yourself. As you get older, you need to become more knowledgeable. You don't have to have a degree to get to achieve those things. And I think this is what we have to do in Dominica. If at all, we have to be a purposeful people and understanding people and the people of change. But if we just stick to old behavior and old standard, it doesn't work. And I'll tell you something, Matt. Sometimes we just rush and do new things. We have to, yes, modernize to suit the time. But we don't have to reinvent the wheel. What is there? Let's make it work and make it work well. And I think Calypso is about unity, and the art form is so necessary that as a boy growing up as a man now, Calypso always gives the Calypsonians an opportunity to bring out what is happening in the society, and it is really doing. I remember a Prime Minister saying, when somebody was singing about that Prime Minister, and Mrs. Anna Sentinel, who still alive, said, about you just singing there, and she said, no, the Prime Minister said, no. When they cannot meet you to tell you, they put you in song. And if you're wise, you pay attention to it. But I've seen Calypso those days, people take sides. You're Calypsonian, you sing about somebody they like and they hate you. I've seen that operating in Calypso, Matt. You sing against something that they believe in, they support you, and that should not be. You sing as a Calypsonian, and somebody affect your thing, but you're not defaming the person, or the Calypsonian should stand up and speak for the art form. Other than that, you let all kinds of well to get over and kill it. Thank you so much.
And that is what's basically happening today. I've seen somebody on Facebook saying, look where I finished the Calypso batch. You're biased. What am I biased about? I'm just speaking the truth. You have to follow the Constitution. I've, of course, invited the interim executive to participate, and of course, they remain quiet. What do I do? Stop the show? 449-3095. Well, you don't know, Matt. What's so difficult about following the letter of the Constitution? There are rules guided by the Constitution, and they must be followed. There's nothing about them doing a good job, so let them stay. That's nonsense. There must be others in the membership who can do the job just as well. At this point, the only now is a new election with all the Calypsonians. All of them are eligible to participate. That's what the Constitution says.
True, actually true. And that is
493.
what I've been making representation to
Yes.
certain people on the executive and telling them, just do the honorable thing.
Well, are you speaking to them privately?
Yes, I speak to a few of them.
Privately?
Yeah, listen, there's a guy called Davidson Observer Victor.
Yes.
We call him Sorrento in Goodwill and Gotha. This guy speaks to everybody. It doesn't matter even if he's in the biggest debate with you, he speaks to you. But he still has to step down, even if I love him to death. And I'm one of the persons that brought him in Calypso, actually brought him in Calypso. Even if I love him to death, he have to step down. He can come back next year. The lovable person he is, the great treasurer that trendsetter is, he can come back next year.
Let's take a phone call. Hello, yes, we have just about a few minutes and we'll wrap it up. Yes? Caller.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have a little suggestion.
All right.
Probably I heard they say some of the Calypsonians don't attend the meeting, but I have a little suggestion. I would just, the executives are there, probably what they can do, they can say, well, their term is up and they're having a general meeting to elect a new executive. And then probably you will get more Calypsonians to come to the meeting. So if we say we have to elect a new executive, then probably more Calypsonians would go to the meeting.
I think that's the objective here, though.
That is what is going to happen. It have to happen. That is the only thing. That is the purpose of the meeting on the 27th of September.
Somebody's asking the question. Good afternoon to you, man. How can they be singing against the disrespect of the national constitution by the prime minister and want to disrespect their own constitution?
Exactly. Thank you very much.
449-3095-XC. I just want you to, of course, let's see if we can do a final voice note and move on because the calls are coming in. Yes? Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Calypso family.
Yes, sir.
The only answer I need from the Calypso Association is why isn't Calypso in the lineup for that Jubilee year? That silver Jubilee year? Why? What have the association done to ensure? I want Mr. Victor to come straight and say, I wrote to this person, they replied to me and they said X, Y, Z. We want to know where the problem is, who is holding back Calypso Association from being on the lineup. That is what I want to hear now. That executive thing, they can deliver that thing after. But I am Calypso. Listen to two words. Calypso. Cadas Lipso. So you're not saying something is wrong that we have got Calypso at our 25th anniversary of Creole Music Festival. We need answers. Why isn't Joy Stout going to perform at festival? Why isn't Dice going to perform? And Hunter or Former Kings and Daddy Chess? Why at least 5 of them cannot perform? Why?
All right, Dominica Hicks, I'm going to give you a few minutes to wrap it up and then we'll have to move on.
Yes, Matt, I glad to be on here, and I'm particularly glad because Joy was there and Joy was magnificent, and Mystery came on and did a bit, and she was brilliant as possible. Mystery is a warrior. Mystery is a warrior, and he troublemaker come and showed the fire for Calypso that the executive should have. If you love Calypso so much, your term is up. If you were so great, you will come back because the constitution is organized that they have rotation of leaders. You cannot be the only leader. You cannot tell yourself that you are the only leader. When the constitution of the Dominica Calypso Association says you should never serve more than 2 terms consecutively. And you have already served about, I know a Calypsonian who have served about 40 terms consecutively.
40?
Yes, since we have the thing, it's only once this particular Calypsonian has been off the executive once. And that is when I made a revolution and took them off. And he was off for that year. Next year they came back. So why that present illegal government do just come out and then they come back next year? If they're so great, the people will want them next year. Let some other people do their thing. Let some other people. Why do they feel so much disrespect for Calypsonians? You know, one thing. When I review the Constitution, I try to put in the Constitution the fact that if a finalist that doesn't place is getting $5,000 and sometimes not even $5,000, why is a executive member that is not supposed to be getting any money except for attending meetings getting more than that finalist? That makes the show that pays the prices.
We'll be looking forward to that meeting there on the 27th, you said?
Yes,
next
I hope
Saturday?
the press can come.
I hope it will be open to the press.
It have to be open. What's wrong with it not being open? There's nothing in the Constitution barring anybody from coming to the meeting. The press have to anyway. Our lawyers going to be there. So why the press can't come and our security going to be there? Because we fear them fellas the way they getting on. We fear them. Our lawyers and security going to be there. And the press supposed to be there to cover the meeting to make sure it's handled as per the Constitution.
Transparent.
Yeah. The press is all going to get a copy of the Constitution, and I'm going to make sure they get it.
Or make sure you bring me a copy, okay?
Yes,
Thank
I
you,
will.
sir. We'll see you again sometime.
No problem.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right, Dominica, 4493095. We're going to end up with this one there from Joy, who was in the house earlier, expressing her views on Calypso. I hope to see it on the stage, the big stage. Thank you.
Some people believe that they're greater than you and I wonder why. And they get seen on as though they will never die. Only you and I wonder why. Nothing here will last forever. This should serve as a reminder. All who playing holy and mighty, we tell them their fame and their money. When the master call, no ducking at all, prepare for your funeral. The ground that we walking on, one day will be over.
Somebody says nobody follows the Constitution in Dominica.
The ground that we walking on, one day will be over. There will be no exemption when the master call.
At this point, I want to say congratulations to Thea Lafon, who won silver
When the master call,
the World Olympics.
You got to go.
Continue to make your country proud. I'm hoping to have try to see if we're going to interview her maybe tomorrow.
There will be a rule. Be careful how you treat other people. My people, treat people right. You could be the world's richest tycoon. This skyscraper on the sun and moon. Create all kinds of man-made disease. And you must
Hello, yes.
Matt,
Yes, sir.
can I tell Discover Dominica, Madame Maver, Madame Alexis, and the head boss, Madame Denise,
How dare we insult and disrespect our Lady Monarch Joy Stout and deny her a 15-minute slot at the World Creole Festival, our 25th anniversary. Every single lady in Dominica should boycott the Creole Festival and should be ashamed. Every single lady employee. Miss Alexis, you hear what I'm telling you? Madam Marva, you hear what I'm telling you? It is an insult to Madam Joyce Stout, the monarch, our royalty of Calypso. How dare we insult and disrespect the lady that way? Who could ever allow such an abnormal situation to exist? This is so poor. Every lady should show their disgust and do not ever show up at any of their press conferences, at any of their shows that they rally in the crowds for the next few weeks into October month end. I am appalled. I am extremely annoyed at such a situation that cabinet would allow Sister Denise from Point Michel to do this very, very degrading attack on our royalty, Joy Stout, our dearly beloved monarch of Calypso. God bless.
God bless you, Peter. Yeah, you seem very upset, Peter, about that.
Matt, I'm lost for words. How can we do such a thing? And ladies, every single lady should take this as an insult and a disrespect to them. That's how we disrespecting ladies. That we have no care, we have no consideration for the ladies, the mothers of our children.
But the Dominica Calypso Association, Peter, to your point, don't you think that they would have made some representation there, to have Joy, at least Joy, to represent us on the world stage?
It's a further indictment on this executive. It's a further indictment on the executive. Every single one of them should say, mea culpa, I am guilty, that I played a part in this disrespect to our monarch. Every single one of them, from Davidson down to the secretary, should all walk home in shame with their heads bowed on the 27th and say, I am sorry to Madam Joy Stout. God bless, Matt. Take care.
Some people believe that they're greater than you and I wonder why. And they're getting on as though they will never die.
On the telephone, let's. Yes, so we plan to have a conversation, but this is just taking over there. Let's continue. Yes, good afternoon to you. Yes,
My dear schoolmate Peter, don't raise your pressure too high.
He seems very upset about that.
You see, Matt, that when you look at the word consistency, they have to be consistent, because if they're not consistent, it will look like hypocrisy. Because they did how many years Dice was Calypso King?
A few years for sure.
How many slots did he get? How many slots did he get at the World Creole Festival, man?
I don't remember. Maybe once, twice. Yes, maybe once, twice.
Right. So they have to be consistent. If they didn't give it to Dice and they gave it to Joy, it would look like there is a change. So it's trying to maintain consistency. Maybe if Joyce had written a song saying, the land that you're standing on will be the lot for your mansion forever and ever, maybe. But that one's too spiritual for them, Matt. Thank you.
Try again.
Somebody's asking the question, did any of the artists in the World Creole Music Festival lineup ask to be selected? The Calypsonians were not selected by the TFC. That's a simple answer, as they are not on the lineup. That's why they're not on the lineup. Observers said that they wrote to DFC about the Calypsonians participating, but they have not gotten the answer.
This could serve as a reminder. All playing holy and mighty.
But you remember when the Prime Minister
when the master called,
was asked to intervene about getting nasty business on the stage.
The ground that we walking on, one day will be a roof.
So why can't our monarch make the stage?
The ground that we walking on, one day will be a roof. There will be no exemption. No.
And before he brought nasty music and nasty business on the stage, he said he will not get nasty business on any Creole festival stage. It happened eventually, huh? On the telephone, hello, talk to me, yes? Yes,
Martelty, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, yes. That's Observer?
This is Davidson Observer, Victor.
Well, I'm so happy you call. Observer.
I know you're happy to call because you wanted me to call for the longest while.
All right, thank you very much. Let's
Yeah,
speak.
I didn't want to call because I didn't want to get into dealing with the matter of Calypso.
The controversies, okay.
Yeah, on the air.
Okay.
Other members can do it, but as the sitting president,
yes, the interim.
I think the responsibility of mine is to focus on putting things together to try as much as possible to satisfy the requests and the wishes of the Calypsonians, the majority Calypsonians. You understand?
I respect that.
But I called particularly today because a particular person actually called my name asking me to give a reason why we are not on the Creole Festival. I think that I have done news items on that already, and I don't know if the person didn't hear, but that was already in the public. The Calypso Association wrote very early to the DFC. We sent them a proposal asking them for requesting what we want on the festival, and the method of what we're asking for, we sent it to DFC. DFC responded to us and told us that our proposal was sent up to higher authority for consideration. A time has passed, we find too long coming and we don't get a response, so we actually write to higher authority telling them that we wrote to the FC and this was the proposal that we sent, and DFC responded to us, told us that it went to higher authority. Now that we are not hearing from DFC, we figure out we should write to higher authority. We wrote to higher authority. Up to now, higher authority has not given us a response. There was a press conference not too long ago. A question was posed by Curtis Matthew to the PM regarding that. The PM said that he will leave it for DFC to deal with. So there isn't much that we can do. Remember, it's not Calypso Association is not responsible for Creole Festival. The most that we can do, like any other artist does, is to request for our members to be there. But at the end of the day, it's government that have to make the decision. And if government, whatever decision government make, that's what all artists have to stand by, including even the international artists, even though they want to, and government decide no, then it's no. You understand? So there is where it is. So
But don't you think, we as Dominica should decide. We are the ones who put government there and decide that, we need to see the monarch, we need to see our top Calypsonians like Dice on the stage.
So
don't you think so?
So there is where now if the public so desire, then the public have to know, voice their concern, knowing that is their government, it's their Creole Festival, because the Creole Festival is not government festival. Government is just the managers.
Thank you.
Just like Calypso. And I will tell you a little thing about I'll just touch a little on the Calypso vibe. Not too much, but just a little thing. But it's just like Calypso Association. The Calypso Association is not my own. It is not the executive own. It is the Calypsonian own. So it's just like the Creole Festival is not government owned. It is the people of Dominica own. The Calypsonians are the people of Dominica. And if the people of Dominica feel that they would want to see the Calypsonians, then they now should join in the request, in calling on their government for the Calypsonians to be on the festival. This is what I think that needs to be done, because it's not the first time, Matt. We have wrote to DSC over the years already. We already reached the point here of where we are in negotiation. We were even sent a draft contract. We were well ahead, and then after a while, we just not hearing nothing. So when I call again the office to ask them what's going on, they say, well, higher authority give instructions, and we no longer can do it, and so on, and all them kind of things. So we have always been writing, we have always been begging, we have always been asking, we even reached as far as telling them we're working with all you during Carnival. We are the biggest contributor to all you because we pay DFC well over $40,000 every year, working hand in hand with them when they're setting up the park and everything. So we're even using that and telling them, well, we're working with all you. We are the biggest contributor to all you at Carnival. Why are we not being part of the Choral Festival? Okay, so I don't want to take too much of your time. I just want to club the area.
But would you like? I mean, I just want to talk to you one on one. I'm observer, and I'm happy that you called. Don't you think it would be a very good thing that our monarch on the 20th anniversary of the World Creative Music Festival should be on that stage, my brother?
But it's not just that because we have so many monarchs over the 25 years that are capable of coming on the festival and putting down a massive showdown. And even beside the monarchs, we have people like JD, right? That even though JD lost the crown, JD is a person that can step on stage on any time, right? We have people like Abia, who is a top-notch artist, not just a Calypsonian, but a top-notch artist. She has joined the Calypso business over the years. That's a person that can step on stage and put on some international performance. We have people that we have Dice, for example, who is a 10-time monarch. There is only one person higher than Dice in Calypso monarch in the Caribbean, and he cannot be there. I mean, we can just keep going on and on. But going back to, but I just want to just touch briefly on the Calypso controversy. I don't want to join too much in the controversial, but like I say, what I can say is that we had an AGM. We had reasons why we moved the AGM from having it in June to September. The reason was given to the Calypsonians on the Calypso chat. They said, well, no problem with that. We had the meeting. However, a few things went down. Some of the members feel that it was not done in the right way, so they are challenging it. They're supposed to have challenged it through a formal request. We were waiting for the request. We were not getting it. I contacted Hexie. I told Hexie, all you challenging, all you need to give me the form. He told me I will get it. When I do get it, I call Intruder. I say, Intruder, I'm not getting the form from Hexie. Get the form. He tell me, okay, last week Thursday or Friday, or Friday, Marty, last week Thursday, I got it. As soon as I get it, I went ahead and I set the meeting. I asked them because it's they that calling for the meeting, and I wanted to make sure that I do things to make sure that I don't go against what they want. So I asked them what date that they think would be best for them, because they see they have to rally their members and so on to come to the meeting, and they need enough time. So I told them, well, give me a time. They gave me the 27th of September. So I go ahead and I set the meeting for 27th of September. I think like I tell the Calypsonians and on both on executive and the general membership, I think it's a good opportunity we have now, because that meeting might end up getting a lot more Calypsonians that we usually get. It's a thing I continually ask for Calypsonians to take part in their business, come to meetings, but a lot of times Calypsonians doesn't come and take part in the meetings. I hope in this time around, a lot of them can show up and we can deal with some of the concerns that we have, some of the things that we have even in the Constitution. I think we can take the opportunity as well based on the amount of people that we have there, because we might not get, based on how much we get, we probably might not get it again. So probably we can use that opportunity to fix up a few other things in the Constitution, because we have a Constitution that is around 45 years old that needs to be updated. I'd given Hexie, when Hexie was on the executive, I am say something that is not totally true, but I don't want to go too much in it. But he had the opportunity to redo the Constitution, and before he presented to us, he had done good work on it already, because he had sent some of the work to me, and I told him, okay, just continue doing it. And when he finished, he was supposed to present it to the executive, and then the executive now will watch it and take it to the membership. But he ended up getting into a situation, and things fall flat as a result of that. So I think we can take this opportunity as well in the meeting and see how best we can look at the Constitution and see if we can put a little committee together from that same the meeting and decide if we can get a person to help us to actually go through the constitution again and see what we can change and update it and come out in the meeting with a united front. I keep telling them we don't want to go there and waste that opportunity. We need to take that opportunity. If we have a few concerns, let us go there and let us fix them and see how we can come out there a better association, a more united association. And that's why I keep telling all Calypsonians to stay away from the personalities and let us look at the matter at hand and deal with the matter at hand. Everybody have their grinds, everybody have their own agenda, everybody have their own personalities, everybody have their own issues personally. That should not come into Calypso. If we're dealing with Calypso business, let us go there and let us fix up Calypso business and leave the personalities. I hope that Calypsonians are hearing me this afternoon on that. Let us go there, come with a sober mind, come with a sober head, a clear mind, an open mind, and let us go there and fix up whatever the members have concerns about. Let us see how we can do best by it and make the association a better association. That is as much I would like to say. I don't know if you have anything that you want to ask me.
It's okay, Observer. We will leave it for now. We want to see Calypso grow, and we will be looking forward to covering that meeting on the 27th. I hope it's open to the press. Yes?
Okay, no problem, bro.
Thank you, brother. Observer. Let's take another phone call, and we'll take a break, and we'll come back. Hello, talk to me, yes? Uh-huh.
Hi, good afternoon, Matt, and whoever is there with you. Joyce left already.
Yeah, Joy left.
Matt, you see the problem with us in Dominica?
Mm-hmm.
The Calypso Association not getting a good reviews from the government because the government that's in charge. And we know the government / one man that's in charge. When they write to him or whoever they write to inside there, they wouldn't want to have people like Dice on stage because they feel Dice wouldn't be singing their glory, hallelujah to them. They'd rather have people from outside coming to sing, and we some people from away will come down here and spend all their money to see people from away, like Vice Cartel, like this, like that, to sing. But nobody would say, why? You see that thing that happened in there? Our own people cannot get on the stage for 25 years, 27 years to be precise, of a music festival, and our own people here cannot get inside there. At least we have a new monarch woman, monarch the woman Joyce. We have Natasha P. Well, Tasha P will be with Swinging Stars. Give them a break. And if that cannot happen, boycott the damn show. But they wouldn't do that. It's a dog-eat-dog mentality, a crab in a barrel mentality we have there. So, they cannot come later for them. We can see Vice Cartel, we can see this one, so they cannot make it to hell with them. That is the problem with us in Dominica. That small island mentality we have. Dominica alone, that other kind of mentality. Bye-bye.
You better get it right before you find out right what there will be your fight. Steady ground that we walking on, one day will be your rule. The ground that we walking on, one day will be your rule. There'll be no immunity from sinful or holy when the master call, when the master call. No special favor for the children of master. When the master call, when the master call, when you got to go, you got to go. No doctor can say no. I steady ground and I'm walking on. One day we'll be
not jumping for farming supplies. Why ask you inside football? We have a farm. That's how that's. I've been married 37 years. Look at my money farm. They say, no, not woman, like land for farming crops. And then you understand, Blue Box is the most affordable on island. Knapsacks starting at only $57.71. Elsewhere, it's $300 plus. Cutlass seeds, seeding trays, nursery pots, sales of potting mix, all at way better prices than anywhere else. Fertilizers, 3-in-1 multi-tool, and so much more. Located on Federation Drive, Goodwill. Second property on the right after the Valley Link Road and on the corner of Drury Lane and Hanover Street in Rosal. Blue Box. Let's bloom together.
In the Caribbean, flash floods are common, making it essential for communities to develop strong emergency plans. Vulnerable groups like persons living with disabilities are often left unprotected during these events. To prevent this, both citizens and policymakers must prioritize climate mitigation and adaptation efforts to ensure the safety of all, especially the most at risk. Prête-moi tes oreilles. Let's all unite, ensuring that no one gets left behind in times of disaster. Be proactive and do the right thing.
Dominicans, enjoy your property, protect your property. You homeowner and businessman, protect your property, enjoy your property. Can't wait for the hurricane, can't wait till you flood again, can't wait till you fly out and all your business coming out. Remember, no insurance company will insure your property when a storm is approaching. Get ahead of the hurricane season. Insure with a company who gives you the assurance of payment for your valid claim. Come speak with us today at the New India Assurance Company Limited, upstairs AC Shillingford and Company Limited, 24 King George Street, Roseau. Bring along an up-to-date valuation from a qualified engineer and get insured today.
Q95.
5 numbers, 1 jackpot. Your chance to win starts only $10,000. Boom, boom, boom. Dominica's very own jackpot is here. 5 big, 5 match 5. Win big, match 5. Five numbers, 1 jackpot. Your chance to win starts only $10,000. Boom, boom, boom. Dominica's very own jackpot is here.
Dominicans, enjoy your property, protect your property. You homeowner and businessman, protect your property, enjoy your property. Can't wait for the hurricane, can't wait till you flood again, can't wait till you fly out and all your business coming out. Remember, no insurance company will insure your property when a storm is approaching. Get ahead of the hurricane season. Insure with a company who gives you the assurance of payment for your valid claim. Come speak with us today at the New India Assurance Company Limited, upstairs AC Shillingford and Company Limited, 24 King George Street, Roseau. Bring along an up-to-date valuation from a qualified engineer and get insured today.
There's Smooth.
And then there's Guinness Smooth.
It's a brand new cool.
Incredibly smooth.
Perfectly balanced.
For a smooth and refreshing taste.
Feel how smooth? Well smooth. Guinness Smooth.
For a smooth and refreshing taste. New Guinness Smooth. Must be 18 years or older. Drink responsibly. Socialize responsibly.
Locally distributed by Belfast Estate Limited.
Let's get back here. It's already 29 minutes to the hour of 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, I was just talking there to somebody who was on the band selection committee who wants to remain anonymous, and basically revealed to me that Mr. Observer is absolutely right. Mr. Val Coffey and other top members of the executive of the DFC tried very, very hard, including Mava, to get Calypso on the stage. But some members of the board and some cabinet ministers with the exclusion there of Mr. Ian Douglas, basically said, no Calypso. Once you're singing against government, no Calypso will be allowed on the stage. Huh? Been pointing in particular dice. So most of the time, as Observer just explained, it's not the DFC, but the cabinet members are not too much in favor of Calypsos because some might just decide to sing against the government of Dominica. So that's one of the reasons that Calypsos are not allowed on the stage. And I'm talking to a former member, band selection. So you see, it's all about politics. But I think the people of Dominica should demand. We are the people who buy the tickets, right? We are the people who support Calypso. And in the 25th anniversary edition, why Calypso should not be allowed on the stage? It's our art form. Let me ask. I always like to bring him in. Sometime he was one of the top MCs early days. Franklin Peter Moses. Franklin, why you think of Calypso's been left out on the stage? I mean, you've been there for a long time. You started the season, right?
Yeah, 1983. So yeah, I was still in school, so I would know. If I begin to name names, Tronada. I forgot his first name, but Ito. So we were in school. So I did the teenage pageant. Those days, I followed. My genealogy of MC was first. They told me, Doctor. Is it Doctor? What are the medical doctors in Dominica?
Let me get to. Okay. Put your thoughts together. I'll come back to you. Let me take a phone call. Are you there, caller? Yes.
Yes, the brother there.
Yes.
Then that I call in so little late and most people use my views already. But you see that kind of thing they're treating Dominica Calypso and in their own place. In fact, Dominica as a whole. That big crowd there, I would know definitely in Pakistan. Them Pakistanis would like that because it wouldn't happen again. Them people need to do this. Anyway, bye-bye.
So it has to be a people's decision. You cannot. You make a cabinet of 12 against what? How many thousands of people in Dominica? You decide for the people of Dominica. Hello, talk to me. Yes.
Hey, Matt, how you doing, my brother? How's everything?
How you doing, my brother? How you doing? Yes.
Matt, let me ask you a question. On the executive, are they Calypso or just regular people?
Oh, you mean answer the question? Ask that question again because it doesn't make sense. You're saying something that doesn't make sense. Are they ordinary people on the executive? I don't understand what you mean.
Are they Calypsonian?
Most of them are. Of course, you have to be a Calypsonian to be on the executive. You have to be.
Oh, is it all because the reason you never asked Hixie that question. You just say, well, people say, well,
he's a former member of the executive.
Members of the executive. Because I'm saying Hixie said a couple of weeks ago that guys joined $7,000 and $10,000, and I'm telling myself, me and you, we in the wrong career, Matt. Because that's a lot of money. We need to.
You mean Dice? Please. I just want you to take your time and said Dice. He said, what about Dice?
No, I said Matt. You never asked XC who's the member of the executive. Are they Calypsonian?
Which would be an obvious question. If they on the executive, they must be Calypsonians. That's my point to you.
No, but it could be like you could have one or two outsiders.
Outsiders like who? You have to be a member. You have to be a Calypsonian to be on the member of the executive. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, that's what I wanted to know, Matt. So what my point is, Matt. While these guys they don't want to leave their position, they're singing every year about Scary. Don't want to leave Scary. Don't want to leave, but they don't want to leave like Scary too, Matt.
All right, caller, thank you very much. And I made that point. If you're asking Scary to leave and to respect the Constitution, you should do the same. I made that point earlier. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Yes, I would like to make the correction to Matt. He's searching for the name. The name is Dr. Tooks, Lord Tokyo. Dr. Tooks we're looking for, that's the name.
Oh,
yes, too. Okay, you may be correct, but I'm looking for. They told me it was Doctor. Anyway, it'll come. Not Chuanka, no? Some Doctor Grill. What's Kim's wife? Kim.
Winston.
One of the doctors. Anyway, after him was Patrick John.
Mm-hmm.
Then after Patrick John was Urban Harrigan. After Urban Harrigan, there's a combination of BABA and Levi LeBlack, double L. I took over from those two. And I brought Val on, I brought Alex on, I brought Madge on, and anybody else who wanted to be part of the MC scene. But Calypso in those days was in the Iraq House of Culture, right there. And well, I ran kind of a city where the stadium is there now for just about 25 years. But Calypso has, I don't know, because the money, and I was with NC when he was president, and we had to print the tickets by hand and photocopy them and cut them and stamp them at the back. And people will, could photocopy that easily. There wasn't that much money, but you cannot say that because if you made $100,000 in 85, that was a lot of money then. But when you hear people making the Calypso Association, I think prior to the COVID, $250,000 one night. That is just the finals, plus the additional money you make on the quarterfinals. Then you make money on the semifinals. Then you make money on the eliminations. Plus you get sponsorship. So I'm not getting involved in that. I'm just simply saying that the art form has evolved and the payment has increased. It has bumped up. But the internal squabbles that are going on, I think I better leave that for those who are better able and better positioned to talk about what their concerns.
But the question to you, Franklin, is: I mean, with all you have done and all the MCs you have done, MCing you have done over the years, don't you think Calypso deserves a place on the world stage after 25 years?
Absolutely. I think that was an oversight. I'll be in the Curl Festival for my 25th year.
So you've been invited to participate?
Yeah, I've been asked to be, since I was the first MC 27 years ago, by the way. 27 years ago it was.
Okay.
We didn't have a COVID and we didn't have a Maria. So it's 27 years, but this is the 25th edition.
Yes.
Yeah, so 27 years ago, my voice was thanks to Mr. Sheridan Gregoire and Mr. Julius Timothy. But it has changed. Calypso, the performances have increased, the money has increased, but look now, we have to decrease the volatility within.
But again, I just said it's a cabinet decision not to, according to a former member of the band selection committee, is a cabinet decision not to allow Calypso on the stage, and I think it's absolutely wrong.
Including Joyce and Dice?
Well, you just said I'm observing saying they have written and nobody has written him back.
Yeah,
that's a form of disrespect.
Hello, talk to me. Being the first female.
Hello, talk to me. Yes.
Good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon. Yes, my friend. How are you doing?
Good. Matt, Calypso is a picture in words and song of the state of life in the country at a particular time. Would you agree with that?
I would agree. Social commentary.
Good. Social commentary. The social commentaries tell you precisely the hardship and whatever it is that is going on in the country. World Creole Music Festival is Dominica's biggest stage, okay, where they can promote Dominica in every way possible. They want only the good. That's why you will find roads always clean during World Creole Festival. The roads are done, everything. After that, they don't care about the people. Do you think this government would really want a dice on their stage with the Calypsos that he sings? No. They do not know who's going to be the king at no given time. So they're not going to say, okay, this year we don't want this. So in order to ensure that they are safe and there is no criticism of them,
they just agree no Calypso on World Creole Music Festival because they do not want the Calypso social commentary to give a picture of the state of life in Dominica at the time. And that is what it is. Right? That is what it is. Have a good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you on the telephone. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, I was just told, again, I said, from a former band member, not a member of the band selection committee, that it is a cabinet decision not to allow Calypsonians on the stage. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, are you there, caller? Caller, are you there? Caller, are you there? No, you're not. So we have to move on. 449-3095. Hello, talk to me. Yes.
And so that is why Dominicans supposed to put their head, their foot, everything together and ban that government, because we cannot have a government dictating to us what we should do and what we shouldn't do in Calypso. Calypso is social commentary, and social commentary must stay in Calypso. All the other sing in Calypso is the same thing. I listen to Watchman as a policeman in Trinidad. He used to be singing on the government and hitting the government. Sugar was doing it, Sparrow did it, Kitchener did it, in one way or the other they did it, and they will be performing in big shows. But here we are petty, stupid-minded little boys and little girls that never knew that they would become something in government today, sitting down on people's heads. So that is why when election comes, we cannot have that same thing happening to us. Get that government out of this way because they don't want Dominican children to be better than they are. Bye-bye.
9309596 and 97. Hello, talk to me. Yes. Are you there?
Hello?
Yes. Turn down the volume on your radio, please. Of course, it's causing some unnecessary feedback. Hello, talk to me. Yes.
Yeah, for Dominica to change, at least 7,000 people have to die. If they don't die, we can never have change. Thank you very much.
That's your point. 449-3095. Again, I mean, I think it's wrong. I mean, play your calypso, play your politics if you want to, your partisan politics. It's wrong. It's a wrong decision there by the cabinet. I mean, you represent, if you want to say 65, 70,000 people in Dominica. And just you 21 there, decide for everyone that you don't want calypsos on the stage. You just heard the monarch in her own voice saying, "Man, I would love to be on that stage." And I think Franklin and you would agree with me, should do a wonderful job.
I think she would really elevate the atmosphere, electrify it. If I count, there's Ophelia, there is Mikel, the two Dominican female artists, but I think it would be a highlight and would underscore the importance of we bringing together in one basket on one night in one Dominican festival. We have Calypso, we have Kadas, we have Chubby, we have Gordon, we have Chubby, we have Gordon, it would be nice to have Calypso. I think it should really add color to the kaleidoscope of entertainers we have in Dominica, including Tasha P, if she's not there with Swinging Stars. I wonder if Swinging Stars is on.
I would bring Scruncher, I would bring Hunter.
Yeah. Each of them sing 2 verses and just have a medley like on the Saturday night. That's a suggestion from Q95.
And somebody makes the point. Dice, for example, has many calypsos that are not attacks on the government. Minding my business, back to country, save my brothers for me, and a few other greats. Somebody's making a point. So if cabinet members, led by the prime minister, decides what the Calypsonians should sing because you feel they're singing against government, Calypsonians have been singing against any government in office, and it's going to go. Not going to go anywhere. Calypso is being sung. The Calypso Association should boycott Calypso next season.
Marty, how you doing, my friend?
How you doing?
You know,
Yes.
blue love for me. Our government go everywhere. We have to stay and we deal up in Dominica. Our airport is
Erwin, what you saying there now? What are you saying there? We're talking about Calypsos and bringing Calypso on the stage. What is your opinion on that one? Let's leave the politics out of it for now, okay? I want your views. You might be here for the festival. Do you want to see Calypsos on the stage?
It's a thing Prosper was saying, how he shared the black. Prosper was saying, give Calypsonians a spot on the big stage. Peter, because even Peter Pross looking for something from the government and he can't get it yet. Pross, but Pross always saying that, give Calypsonian a taste on the big stage.
One Calypsonian says, man, they don't want to see their country man or woman with big money. That's why they continuously send their big money to other countries. We hate our own and tolerate bookies, our SS squared. Not a smart way to grow, I would say. So what's the D in the DFC? What does it stand for? And all of us will agree this morning. Should be on center stage. On the telephone, hello, talk to me, yes.
Yes, Matt.
Yes.
I do support them to stop Calypso next year. What they should have done, all of them make a song on the government, the top Calypsonians, because they don't love Dominicans. All the money want to go out. They want to see, bring us poor. And it's poor we come in. You don't need the Calypso and the development. And a wicked government. Evil.
All right, caller, thank you very much. The Calypso Association needs to have a big show during the Creole time. 449-3095. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Hello, yes? Uh-huh.
Hi, Matt. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon to you, ma'am. How are you? Yes.
Good. Matt, a quick question. Doesn't the history of Calypso came about during the oppressions of slavery and after the abolition of slavery, when the creators of Calypso spoke about the ills that were being done,
yes,
and the things affecting us?
Social commentary,
moving
yes.
Forward,
yes.
Moving forward, a 25th anniversary of a World Creole Festival, which not only highlights the culture and the Creole aspect of Dominica. What is the government afraid of? Calypso will always be Calypso. That's what it was formed for, to speak about the things that they feel oppressive to society. Right. So what is the big deal? Why isn't the government allowing this?
I have no idea. But thank you very much for calling 44930. What are you afraid of? It's just something Calypso's for 5 minutes on the stage. Hello, talk to me. Yeah? Yes. You know, and that decision has been taken from the top. As I told you, I just spoke to a top former committee member who said, man, it's not about the DFCs. It's about government. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon to you, sir. How you doing?
Matt, I want to disagree with you when you mentioned you would cabinet, Matt, because over the years, we do not have a cabinet. It's a one-man government. So I'm not in support with you when you say cabinet is a one-man government.
But the cabinet ministers sit around the table and make that decision. Do you think it's Kerry alone that makes that decision?
But Matt, what you talking about? You from Dominica, after 25 years, we have never seen that in our lives, Matt. The whole government has changed over 25 years. What are you talking about, Matt? You have to be real, you know, Matt.
Well, I've been real. I'm saying there are 12 or 19 or 20 members around a table. So Mr. Scary does decide, no Calypsos, and that's how it goes?
But Matt, when they want it to suit them, they're using the word cabinet. But when they know what they're doing, they don't worry, Matt. Matt, where was Kerry when World Creole Music Festival was established under UWP and the government and Norris Privo and all Dominicans? And everybody in Dominica was getting an opportunity to be on stage. Where was Kerry, Matt? All of a sudden, everybody bought for Kerry. I listened to Observer and it's a shame, Matt. He had to be going through all that process to get a Calypsonian king, queen to be on Creole Festival, and it was denied by cabinet, Matt. What a shame, Matt Ufinibat. And those people just sit down, they're not saying nothing. Shame on them, Matt.
Shame on them. 4493095, 96, yes, huh? Yes? Yes, you want something?
Not know if they cannot get you, they'll get me. So
Okay.
I have two. Let me let you read that one for. Okay, let me go back to it. Okay, so let me let you read this one, and then I will do the other. Okay. So I'm as I'm doing it, so it just people are just texting.
Mhm.
Okay, so this one it's in relevance to what we just mentioned. So let me. I think that's him. That's you there. Yes. Okay. So this dude is saying those things, basically what you say.
Let me hear you.
Okay, so come in. Hold on. Go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning. Okay, go back to the beginning. Pause here. Okay, so we're dealing with all kind of electronic gadgets here. So okay, so go back to the beginning. Okay, it's coming after 3. 1 to 3. So this is a call from a dude from overseas. But okay. Here it comes.
I want to see how many Calypsonians are bold and can stand up to defend Calypso. On each night of the festival, go with your placards by the Windsor Park and do a protest. Let us see if you all are really serious about Calypso.
But not only that, here's his first comment.
Tell the cabinet, Chobi of Midnight Groovers used to sing Calypso. That's your fountain started with Calypso. Educate them for me, please.
All right. Okay, so Calypsonians, you have to stand up, huh, and represent yourself.
And this is another one for you. You want me to hit it or you hit it? That one directly to you.
Okay, let's see. Imagine Mr. Blackmore hosts a Calypso show on DBS Radio on Monday nights and sits in cabinet and bans Calypso for Creole Festival. Hypocrites again. Five Scotel is bigger than our Calypso. Somebody's asking King and Queen. What a shame. 449309596 and 97. Are you there, Calypso? Oh, we missed that call. So call us back, huh? 4493095, 4493096. It's a shame that our Calypsos are not being allowed on a stage. At least one night, Saturday night. Somebody's asking the question, since when Creole Festival belongs to Skerrit? That's how we've become in Dominica? Somebody reminds me about Matt. It's a Liberite who wrote the Monarch songs. So what is the point? What is the point? We need Calypso on the main stage. That's a whole discussion here this afternoon. Mr. Observer said he wrote to DFC, the board, the executive. No response. So he had no choice but to write to the top, meaning the cabinet. And you heard from a former member of the band committee They have made many moves. But at the top, they say no dice on stage. No calypsos that would misrepresent or send the wrong message. And you would agree, though, they're the ones with the largesse. So hence, the DFC has no choice, right? On the telephone, do they have a choice? Hello, yes, talk to me.
Yes, Mike.
Yes,
when
sir.
he asked me the question at a press conference, he said he leave it up to the community. He does lie so much. One guy talk without he lie. King of liars, Satan himself. But if his time will come, don't be afraid. God is good.
Don't burst the vessel there, okay? I think wanted to go back. A couple of years ago, there was some discussion about Britain introducing nasty business on stage. That was the Prime Minister at that time making that this comment.
For me personally, I'm not in the business of censoring. I think. I recall when this Bouillon nasty business just came out. People were calling for us to ban the songs and not engage them, and etc. etc. But I looked at it differently. I saw this as an opportunity for many young men who may not have an opportunity otherwise to be on the safe and narrow. And I think it is left to us to engage them and to assist them in developing the art form to a level and to a content that is pleasing to everybody's ears, but not to speak about banning or censoring. I think it's a matter for us to guide, because it's an opportunity for guys. We did not want them to play in Creole Festival while they played in France and Germany, which made no sense to me. As Prime Minister, this is why I intervened and placed them on Creole Festival. And they went and they gave the best performance for the entire 3 nights of the festival. And so we have to always put people we always have to put ourselves in people's shoes and not sit on a high and pontificate and say this about people. I could be one of these boys, and how would I want to be treated if I was one of them? You understand? And so I look at life not from my selfish perspective, but from that person's perspective, that person's circumstance in life. And then I place myself in that person's shoes and ask, how would I want to be treated? And so while we would want the artist to stay away from using filthy language and words and so on, but banning and censoring should not be our main preoccupation. I'm not going to get involved in arresting. I'm not sure why the person was arrested, on what circumstance the person was arrested. And that's not for me to make a determination on. That's for the police and the Director of Public Prosecution. So I don't get involved in those matters. I'm only speaking about the art form and the content and the lyrical content of songs, and how do we as a society treat those songs and those opportunities. But it's interesting that sometimes, so would have time today for me to share my extended views on these issues. But I believe that we need to encourage these youngsters and to support them and to make sure that they use their money properly to uplift themselves. Because when you're in this business, you can be on a high for a couple of years and then you go on a low for a long time, and that you have to invest your money wisely so that when you go on a low, that then the high days can help you in the low days. And so this is how I see it. And so
all right. Keyword is all of this. Just made by the Prime Minister a couple of years back. I'm not in the business of censoring or censorship. So why do you want to censor Calypso? Oh
Ye-
God, yes.
Yes, just this one is from the Big
Yes.
Apple.
Uh-huh.
Okay, all right. I think Calypso should be allowed on stage for festival, but the message should be one that promote the country. The hardcore political daggers should not be included in the lyrics for the festival. On the contrary, what is the difference between extreme indecent exposure from international performance on stage and hardcore Calypso lyrics? If you choose to control or not permit one and not the other, that is unfair and biased. The Monarch also has great lyrics for the festival, and that is a loss for the festival. That's one. Number two, they keep coming fast and furious. Number two is he says, it's a matter. Matt, well, this one is for you.
Mhm.
This one's for you. I don't do that. I pass it on.
You're avoiding the.
No, it's for you. It says Matt.
Okay, Matt. This is a naive cabinet decision. Deciding to build a government house on 2 occasions for the Prime Minister at Manbros, and Skerritt unilaterally vetoed it twice and decided to rent a house for $64,000 a month. We're moving away from the conversation, but I think I got the point. But PM, you said that you're not in the business of censorship, so why you have to censor Calypso? That's my point. You just said you're not in the business of censorship, so you'll not censor nasty music. But why do we want to censor Calypso? Blowing hot and cold there. Don't forget, tomorrow, 1:30, the head of statistics will be here to speak about this controversial household count taking place.
Meet you again when you're ready.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I heard the Prime Minister correctly, and I quote, "That is why I intervene. I intervene." It's the amount of power the man has. Amen.
So, PM, please, if you can intervene in the nasty business music, why don't you intervene for Calypso? Are you a lover of Calypso? Are you a hater of Calypso? And somebody's making the point, Joy's song is not a political song. It's a lesson for everyone, period. Somebody said, Blue is absolutely right. They bring a vermin performer like Spice and Cartel and would overlook our own Dominican artists. Will the lyrics of Spice and Vibe Cartel be censored by the cabinet? That's the question. Again, as I leave, I want to say congratulations to Tia Lafont, Franklin, who secured a silver medal, at the World Athletics Championship in Tokyo, Japan.
Mm-hmm. And I saw her jump. For those of you, it's online now. I just received 3 or 4 copies of it. But she did an excellent jump. Not that I understand the dynamics of it, but when I see her stretch her leg,
You're a long man, like you never went to do long jump.
No, just short jump really. Yeah, or jump up. Yeah, but I'm looking at the skill. I'm looking at the skill set. I'm looking at the execution, and she knows what she's doing. There was a 5-second pause of meditation, seeing the finish line. She's got 7. So if she gets the bronze next time, she would have won every category. But we're looking for another gold.
Yes, Lanford Godson from Dominica created history again by securing a silver medal at the World Athletics Championship held in Japan on earlier today. That's late Japanese time. Lanford participated in the triple category, scored her season's best leap of 14.89.
Wow.
She was left behind by Cuba's Perez Hernandez, and was followed by Yulema Rojas of Venezuela.
You know what Rojas is, right? What's the first name before Rojas?
I think it was Yulelma.
Yulelma Red. Rojas. It's like Rojo.
All right, Dominica Popo, now we're going to leave you with this song from Joyce as we go this afternoon.
Yeah, but say hello to your listeners. Your listener, just say hello to your listener in England now.
Okay.
And, yeah,
the UK.
In the UK, yes.
Okay, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon.
JT.
Good night. Good night, your time.
What time is it? Yeah, no.
About 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
Yeah, about that.
About 8 o'clock in the night.
Yeah.
So again, I want to say good evening to you there in the UK and all of you in Europe who may be listening.
Chok is in Switzerland.
In Japan.
Yeah,
It's about 12 o'clock.
And Alaska too. We have listeners in Alaska.
So Thea may be sleeping at this time.
Yeah.
And we'll try to make contact.
Chok just said hello.
All right, Chok. It's in Thomas.
No, he's in Sweden or Holland.
Really?
No. Yeah, Chok has been there for 20-something years. You remember Chok, they were saying, Rafia, Patwenu, say no kinum te Rasta. Right, that's it. Wrong the country's agriculture.
Oh, that's Chok.
Chok, mighty Chok. Yeah. So he's listening.
We're going to leave you with this one day from the Joyce. And we want to see her on stage. DFC, I hope you're listening. PM, I hope you're listening this afternoon there. We want to see our big monarch on stage and other Calypsonians as well. I'd like to see Dice on stage as well.
I think it's not too late.
Not too late.
It's not too late.
Not too late. Please. No, what's going on there? I'm playing 2 songs there. Huh? Not this one. I'm trying to get down to Joy at this stage. Joy, where are you?
I know. Somebody said, okay, I know the people in London. Okay, this person was specific. Okay, she's in New York. Okay, so we say hello to Nick's in New York, and everybody in New York, everybody in America, everybody in North America, all of it, including Canada. Some folks who just listen.
Toronto.
I met a lady today at Church, and she says, I watch you all the time. I haven't seen you. She said, you haven't seen me, but I'm seeing you.
Some people believe that they're greater than you and I.
Some people, are we all going the same 6 feet deep, huh?
So they will never die. Only you and I. And I wonder.
A message for the Calypsonians or for the politicians.
This should serve as a reminder. All playing holy.
Hey, last somebody says to beg one man to feed you, to clothe you, to school you, to give you health care, and to take away not what you love.
One day will be your rule. The ground that we're walking on.
We all have to go. So let's make everybody happy, huh?
There will be no extension when the master calls.
A message for the conscience in Dominica.
No church would fail you when the master calls. When the master calls, when you got to go.
How could you not bring this lady on stage?
No doctor can say no. I steady ground that we're walking on. One day will be your rule. Be careful of the treat for the people.
The message is coming in fast.
Okay,
the message is coming still fast and
Okay,
furious.
hold on. No, hold on. Somebody I missed this one. Where's 284? Another caller says coming. Okay.
Antigua, maybe?
284? Okay.
No.
Okay, so this one is over. I don't know which state this is coming from. So let's take a piece. Should I take a piece? Yes, okay, let's take it.
The only thing that will
The only thing that would tell me again, the only thing, okay, we had to go reactivate. The only thing you were saying, you send another, okay.
Okay, I heard the Prime Minister correctly.
No, this one.
The only thing that will cause that to change, that Calypso not being festival, the only thing that cause that to change is humility. Leaders just have to be humble. People will sing about the good things you do. Some others will sing about the negative things you do. When they sing about the negatives, it's not that they hate you or they have something against you, or it's not about that. It's just part and parcel of the office you hold, the place you hold in society, all that comes with the package. So please, just be humble, man. The greatest man to walk on this earth was a baby, was the biggest man, strongest, most powerful man, and he was still humble. Nothing wrong in just being humble, man.
All right.
Yep. Nope.
On the telephone, hello, talk to me, yes? Oh boy. When you go.
Mark, good day.
Good day to you, good day to you, yes?
Franklin, good day.
Yes, Yes.
Mark, let me tell you.
Yes.
That is my thing.
But
when I went to that show and I heard this young lady sing that song, I said, no, she has to get it.
Okay.
And trust me, they should put her on in the Creole Festival. She would change a lot of people's system. Trust me. And they better sing back. Mr. Serit, if you are part of it, please tell the people, bring this young lady on the Creole Festival. Please. Thank you.
What observers said earlier was an indictment on himself and the Calypso Association. He boldly admits that there's more than enough talent to put on a fantastic show, even given the opportunity. My question is, why have you and your executive members unable to put on your own show during the independence? Even with the competition for the best Dominica Calypso Association, this will be an annual show and revenue earner for the DSC. That's something I understand that the executives themselves can decide. But that would be competing with the World Creole Music Festival. Do you think it was the best time for that show?
I steady ground that we walking on. One day must be your rule. Be careful how you treat other people.
All right, I think we're gonna have this one there. Somebody says, "Man, please play this song for me before you go." This one. By your prayer. I really have to go. It's 3:15. Got to go.
I've never been a priest, nor have been a pastor. From where I stand, is spiritual warfare. The things that we see, people going after. It is very clear that there are demons out there. That if we need to stop this evil spirit from invading our churches and public office, evil and good can be in one unit. We need to break up the past with like here on the phobia, pretend like you don't know it. She's up when it in office, behave like they don't take. She's just a 300 volts, but good cause can't block out.
Hey, my friend Lena, good afternoon to you. Locked in there.
So, open the eyes and stop.
Say hi to Wen at the Chinese store, okay? Afraid of Calypso, huh?
Please pray for the churches, please pray for the police. They are fighting battles that should not exist. The churches would pray and police would arrest. Take out them demons and clean up all commerce. Since my people, they are under a spell. See, boy, it's the remedy to keep them in health. The church and police should fight for what is right. Oh, help me, God, let them alive. If since the country in a trance, people need their deliverance. Stay like a pharaoh, see it, say that my people. If people say you get too long, uncles are waiting for my son. It's appropriate for money, destroying the economy. So, open the eyes and stop. From the dynasty of the one-man party, our servant playing masters do anything that they want. Them man, I have never done it so to that I can relate.